So in this video, we are going to teach you exactly how to hit an amazing backhand slice. Hey everyone, it's Pickleball with Tyler with Universal Rackets. And in this video, once again, we are going to be going over step by step and tons of tips and tricks for you to have an amazing backhand slice regardless of playing level. Once again, you do not have to be an advanced player. Regardless of your age, regardless of your level, we are going to be teaching you step by step on how to hit an amazing backhand slice. Now, before we get started, let's go over the difference between a regular backhand shot and a backhand slice. A regular backhand shot is a shot on your non-dominant side, and you're swinging low to high to lift the ball over the net. The backhand slice is kind of the opposite. For the backhand slice, instead of swinging low to high, I am swinging high to low. I'm swinging down on the ball instead of up on the ball. Once again, when I'm swinging this backhand slice, I want you to think instead of swinging low to high, you are going to swing high to low. Notice how my paddle goes up and then it goes downward. The normal backhand shot, you are swinging upward. The backhand slice, you are swinging downward. You're starting with your paddle up and you're swinging down into the ball instead of coming up on the ball. Now, by swinging down into the ball, what happens as a result is you're going to get the side of the ball and you're going to achieve that slice, aka backspin. When you are swinging down on the ball, I want you to think of the ball. Here's the ball, here's the paddle. You are swinging down on the ball. You're cutting under the ball. So what's going to happen is it's going to make the ball spin backwards. So instead of a normal shot that bounces and comes to you, or a topspin shot that bounces and kicks up at you, this is going to bounce and die down. Once again, the ball is going to bounce and it's going to roll backwards. So it's going to stay low and it's going to slow down. Why do you want to hit this type of shot? Why do you want this shot in your pickleball tool belt? You want this shot in your pickleball tool belt because you want to be like a pitcher. You have a fastball, you have a changeup, you have a curveball, you have a slider. This is going to be your changeup for pickleball. By hitting a good backhand slice, you are able to keep the ball low and in the court and through the court. It's going to force your opponent. Think, if you have to hit a ball and you're hitting super high, you're going to hit it with ease. However, if you have to hit a ball that's super low, you're going to have to get down. You're either going to A, miss it, or B, you're going to have to swing up. And if you can force your opponent to get super low and have to hit up while you're up at the kitchen, you're going to be able to give yourself an easy put away. The second reason why you want to be focused on a backhand slice is because everyone plays better when they get into a rhythm. Once again, if you can get into a rhythm, you're going to play better pickleball. So if you can use this slice, this off-speed change-up shot, it's going to get your opponents out of a rhythm, and in return, it's going to win you more points. If you're playing at the beginner, intermediate, even club, rec level, many players do not know how to hit any shot with any type of spin on it. So you are going to win a ton of free points. Once again, everyone's expecting the ball to just come to them, and now you hit this good slice because you watched this video, and now you're hitting this spin. Players, they will not know how to react, and you will be able to win a ton of free points. Now let's get into it and go step by step on how to hit the backhand slice. Let's go. Now, the first key to a good backhand slice is the proper grip. You want to make sure that you're in at least a continental grip. I want you to think, the more you tilt your paddle face downward, the more you're going to brush the back of the ball and the more top spin you're going to hit. We are trying to do the inverse. We are trying to get backspin. So instead of tilting our paddle forwards, we're going to open our paddle face up backwards. Once again, I want to open my paddle face up a bit backwards so now I can get under the ball. So the best way to get into the proper grip is A, you can give your paddle a handshake and make sure it's continental. Again, no tilt whatsoever. B, you can think that you're hitting a nail with your hammer being the paddle. Or C, you can even open up the paddle a slight bit more. I want you to think, the more you get into a forehand grip for your backhand slice, the more you're going to open up your paddle face, which is going to get even more the back of the ball. And if you can get more of the back of the ball, you will be able to get more spin on your backhand slice. So what I encourage everyone is, number one, make sure that there's no tilt whatsoever, or number two, if you really want to get more spin, open your paddle face upwards. So now again, once you come under the back of the ball, you're going to get a ton of it so you can hit a lot of spin. Now, after we get in the proper grip, now it's time to go into the proper body position. Now, when we position our body, and this is the number one reason why players can't hit a good slice, is because they can't get into the proper position. I say this in all my videos. We have to crawl before we walk, and we have to walk before we run. When you guys are hitting a backhand slice, you have to make sure your body is turned sideways. Once again, a lot of players, what they do is that they look like this when they hit. I need to make sure that my hips are facing to the side and my front shoulder is pointing forward. I need to be sideways. I need to be on my snowboard, my skateboard, or my surfboard. I need to be here when I hit. Now, when I go, I can swing forward and really hit that good slice. Now, the second thing is, once our body is sideways, we have to make sure that our paddle is back in the proper position. This is reason number two, and they're not creating a good foundation. They don't have a good foundation, therefore they don't have a good backhand slice. And it's not because they're playing level or their prior racket sports experience, it's just because they've never learned how to be in the proper position. And if you play with a lot or get taught by a lot of pickleball coaches, they don't know how to teach us, because this comes from prior racket sports background. This is just basic racket sport body mechanics. So again, when we're hitting our slice, what are we doing? Instead of swinging forward, instead of swinging up, we are swinging down on the ball from high to low. So number one, our body's sideways, but number two, our paddle needs to be back. So again, when I turn, my body needs to be sideways and my paddle needs to be back. I need to make sure that my body is sideways and my paddle is back before I move to the ball. You need to make sure, in order to hit a good slice, you get the ball out in front of you and swing forward and through the court. And we're going to get into that a little bit. A lot of players, just a little teaser before we get into more of the video, is that they think that you have to swing down. If we can get you to swing more forward and through, you're going to hit a more penetrating slice. Now, in order to do so, you have to make sure that your contact's down front. And here's what happens. I'm going to exaggerate, but players, even if they're thinking about being sideways, they go to the ball, then they take their paddle back, and then boom, they get jammed. If you ever get jammed on your slice, where is it going to go? It is going to go up to Mars. You need to, before you even move to the ball, take your paddle back and have your body be sideways. So say if the ball's over here with my ball cart, I'm not going and then taking my paddle back. I'm going to be late and it's going to go up to Mars. I am going to turn, take my paddle back first, then move to the ball and hit. Once again, before I even go, my body is sideways and my paddle's back, and then I swing forward so I can make sure that my contact is out in front. That is key. Now, the best way to ensure that your paddle is always taken back in the proper position is, instead of taking your paddle back with this hand, you're going to pull the paddle back with your non-dominant hand. Notice, by taking the paddle back with my non-dominant hand, my left hand if I'm a righty, my right hand if I'm a lefty, it's ensuring that my body is, number one, it's going to help me turn, and then also it's always going to ensure that my paddle is back in the proper position. So the first thing that you're going to do is, step number one, be sideways and pull the paddle back with your non-dominant hand. Once again, I'm ready in my ready position. I'm going to hit backhand slice. They could serve it to me, or I'm hitting my third, whatever shot. I'm going to pull the paddle back and turn my body sideways. Now, I want you to think of your back foot. When you're doing it, you're kind of pivoting on your heel. Now, I don't want you to just have all your weight down in your heel, but you're going to really think that you're going to pivot on your heel, and then you're going to go to the ball, and then you're going to hit. Notice my back elbow. It's not down. If it's down, the ball is going to go up. If it's super high, the ball is going to go two down. It's just back. I want you to think as well, if you're a visual learner, you want to think that or if you're a UFC fan, you're going to elbow that person behind you. So again, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to elbow that person behind me. Then I'm going to move to the ball, and then I'm going to hit. I am loaded. My body is sideways. My elbow's up, not too high, not low, right here. And now I am ready to go. Now, I want to make sure when I'm in this position, now what I want to do is I want to just swing forward. And here is the common misconception about the slice. Yes, you want to swing downward, but by positioning your paddle when you swing, even if I swing forward, my paddle's automatically going to go downward. The downward motion that gets that backspin happens as a result of you swinging forward. And I will say that once again. The downward motion, that downward swing happens as a result of you swinging forward. The goal is not to swing downward. And where so many players go wrong and they can't hit a slice, they'll try it once or twice and then they'll give up on it, is because that they think that you have to swing downward. They think that you have to chop your paddle downward. And a lot of players, they're going to go out, try to hit the slice, and they're going to look like this or this, and they're going to chop. Maybe, okay, you might make one, but it's going to be very inconsistent. Instead of swinging downward, you have to swing forward. Now, maybe before you had to swing downward because you weren't in the proper grip, but now we're in the proper grip, now proper body position. Now it's time for us to just swing forward. Now, if you struggle with the swing, or even if you don't struggle, the number one drill, and we got our body in the proper position now. Now it's time to go over swing path. We are going to go over to the net. The net is going to teach you the exact proper swing path. Let's go. Now here we are at the amazing net, and once again, this is the number one teaching tool for you to learn the backhand and also the forehand slice. This right here, regardless of your playing level, is going to teach you the exact proper swing path. So what you want to do first is you want to make sure that you're in the proper position that we started with, and that's what? Making sure our body's turned, our elbow is back. Now, because we're in the proper position, now we're going to proceed with our swing path. And what is that? We're going to swing forward. Again, remember, the down happens as a result of the paddle angle and you swinging. However, when you swing, you're going to take your paddle up, then you're going to make contact with the ball, and notice you're going to continue going forward. This is the exact swing path that you're going to do. Paddle back, contact down front, and then continue to keep the paddle on for as long as possible, and then finish forward. Paddle back, contact, finish forward. So you could just do tons of reps. Now, the big thing is you don't want to just chop. You want to go contact and then push forward. Contact, push forward. Two more. Push forward. One more. Push forward. That is the exact proper motion. Now, after you do that a couple times, now you can do one with this, and then you're going to do one with the actual ball. The goal right now is to teach yourself the exact proper muscle memory for that backhand slice. Let's go. So I'm going to go one here, forward, and then I'm going to go back, forward. One here, forward, and then I'm going to go back and forward. One more, one, forward, and then I'm going to go back and forward. That is the motion that you want to do. Notice what I'm not doing, and this is where players go wrong, and this is why this net teaches you exactly what you want to do, is players that go down and then they swing. I'll do it on this side so you can see. The paddle would look like this, or like this, or like this, or they would just stop. You want to go through the ball. You want to think that you're carrying the ball. You want to think that you're pushing the ball. You want to think that you are going through the ball. The moment that I just like stop, the ball is going to go up. Why? Because my paddle face is up. Again, if you don't go through the ball, your paddle face is angled to create backspin. We understand that, but notice as well, your paddle face is open. So if you just go down, or if you stop, the ball is going to go up every single time and it's going to go long. What's really going to happen is you trying to keep it on for as long as possible, like literally slow motion, think. And this is for a visual learner. This might not work for everyone, but you're trying to hold it, and then boom, backspin, right? You're holding it and then boom, you're getting backspin. That is what you want to do. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you go forward at the height of the ball. So right here is for a ball that's around this height. Now notice, if the ball is higher, what I want to do is I want to keep my net this high. So if the ball's this high, now the net's going to be this high. If the ball's this low, now the net's going to be this low. You want to make sure that you make contact and keep your paddle at the height of the ball. So again, if it's high, pretend the net's up here. If it's low, pretend the net's down here. Now, if the ball is low, How's the ball going to go up if you're swinging down and forward? Well, I want you to notice one thing, and what is that? The paddle face. If the ball's low, all you have to do is get into your legs. Now let's angle the camera over a different way so we can show you this instead of me being behind the net. Let's go. So now just go different heights and work on keeping the paddle at that height. Again, if it's high, I'm going to go high. I'm going to go high at that height. If it's in the middle, hitting range, I'm going to go into the middle. If it's super low, and this is the difference between the high and the middle, is if it's super low, notice my paddle, when I make contact, look, it's going to automatically angle my paddle face open. It's going to go over the net. However, what you need to do is if it's super low, go angle the paddle face open, you want to drop your legs down and do it as well. Notice it doesn't matter how low this ball is. If this ball is super low, look, it doesn't matter because my paddle face is angled and it's going to be proper. Again, what you don't want to do is you don't want to go stop because the ball is going to go high. You don't want to go up. All you want to do is go forward just like we did. Now, let's talk about going forward. When we go forward, I want you to think instead of just hitting through one ball, you want to hit through 1, 2, 3 balls. Notice I'm going to make contact and I'm going to go through 2 balls, 3 balls, and then I'm going to finish forward. Notice where my paddle finishes. One more time, here we are. Notice where my paddle finishes. It finishes to the point that you could balance a ball on your paddle. So you want to make sure once you're done, you have your paddle facing upward. You could balance a ball on the paddle. So you want your paddle back, and then you want to finish with your paddle forward, like you can balance something on the paddle. So you want to go here to here, here to here. That ensures that you're going forward. Notice my paddle face is facing upward, and the tip of my paddle is pointing to the side and kind of not super forward, but to the side, right? That is where I want to be every single time when I'm done. So what I want you to do is just do some drop feeds or have someone feed the ball to you, work on turning paddle back and then holding your finish and checking if your paddle is in that proper position. If I'm doing the left-handed, I'm taking it back, here we are. Look, woo, that was good. Look, my paddle still is in the proper position. Instead of pointing that way, now it's pointing this way. That ensures that you have the proper swing path. If you have a bad slice, if you have the wrong swing path, if you swing down or if you chop, look, the paddle's not in the proper position. By doing that, that ensures that your paddle is in the proper position and the exact way that you want to hit it. Now, if you want to go down the line, you're going to finish with your paddle down the line. If you want to go cross court, you're going to finish with your paddle cross court. Wherever you point your follow through to, the ball is going to go. Once again, if you want to go cross court, go cross court. If you want to go down the line, finish down the line. Wherever you point your paddle to, the ball is going to go. Now, instead of my paddle, I want you to focus on my non-dominant hand. Notice, after I make contact, once I'm done, notice where my non-dominant hand, I'm talking about this hand, notice where it goes. One more time. Notice where it goes. It goes backwards. You want to make sure when you hit your slice, you spread your wings. Or you do the Eagles versus Chicago Bears in the playoffs when Cody Parkey missed that field goal. Ha ha, Bears fans, right? What did the refs do? No good, and the Eagles are moving to the next round. You can do no good. You can take everything off the table, or you could spread your wings. You want to make sure when your front arm goes forward, your back arm goes backwards. Notice, both my hands are on the paddle. Then when I make contact and I go forward, this arm goes straight back. It goes straight out. That will help you balance, and that will also help you follow through and have the proper swing path. Where you don't want to go, and where you don't want to go wrong, what a lot of players do is either A, your paddle's not going to swing forward, they don't move their arm. B, if their arm goes high, the ball's going to go low. And C, if the hand goes low, the ball's going to go high. You want to make sure that the paddle goes straight back, your arm goes straight back while your paddle goes forward. You want to always be like this. Go Birds. 2025 Super Bowl champs, right? That's what you guys want to do. Here we are every single time. So make sure again, and just work on every single time. Here, turning, side, finishing forward. So what did I do? I was swinging too far down. I need to get under and get into my legs. So I want to turn, get in my legs, swing forward. One more, I gotta get lower. Come on, turn. So tired. Swing forward, and there we go. Now, I want you to notice about the ball. Whenever you play someone that swings to the right, the ball is going to curve to the left. Whenever you play someone that swings to the left, the ball is going to curve to the right. The ball is going to do the inverse of your swing path. So what you can do for the slice is if you're a right-handed player, if I'm swinging to the right, that means probably my ball is going to curve left. So I want you to really expect that. Look how that ball curves. One more, let's try. Look how that ball curves to the side. It bends to the side. Now the inverse is going to be for the forehand, but I want you to account for that. Now, if you wanted to make the effect even more, you want to make sure that you take some speed off. If you can take some speed off, it's going to allow the ball to react. As you can see, those balls, I didn't hit them really hard, but they really bended because I gave myself time for the ball to curve. Now, we could get into physics, and I said this for topspin as well, and we had a whole paragraph about people explaining all these different things. I want to pull out my protractor and calculator and everything, but think of a changeup. That's all I'm going to say is think of a changeup. Does a pitcher throw a changeup at 100 miles per hour? No. A pitcher throws a changeup around 60, 70, at least they did in PlayStation games. Why? Because it slows the ball down and allows the effect to be greater. Now, if you want to make that ball stay down and go forward, really go through the court, and this is just as good, is you're going to really increase the speed, and hopefully you're going to get it over the net. Come on, Tyler. Let's go. So you're going to go forward, you're going to go through, and that's going to keep that ball really low. It's not going to pick up. So you can use the slice as an advantage if you're hitting a good return. A great return is when you hit your slice, go boom, you're going to keep it really low. So now when your opponent takes their third, they're going to give you a higher shot rather than let's say a drive or something. Why? Because they're going to be making contact super low. It's super difficult as a pickleballer to hit a low ball up rather than hitting the ball around chest height or in their strike zone. If you can make them go lower, that's going to give you a way better third shot. Now, we taught you this amazing shot, and viewer discretion is advised because you can't use this slice as a cop-out. What a lot of players are going to start to do is they're going to become familiar with the slice, they're going to learn the slice, and then they're going to play and they're going to be afraid of missing, and then they're going to slice it. They're going to slice it. Why? Because they don't want to miss. Don't do that. Use the slice for an intention. Have an intention when you hit your slice. Make sure you know exactly what you're going to do with it. Are you hitting it on your return? Are you playing against your opponent that you know that they don't like spin? Are you playing a beginner club level open play? Maybe players are not familiar with it. You're just going to use it as a tactic, as a changeup. Are you playing with someone that has really good rhythm, really good topspin? You want to throw off their rhythm. Have the intention before you use the shot. Don't just use it because you can just revert to it and use it as a cop-out. You have to promise me that. Now, the last thing that we have to do for you to hit an amazing backhand slice, once we understand the body position, once we understand the swing path, now it is time to get our feet into the proper position. And what you want to make sure that you do is you always step forward and then hit. I want your feet to be in the proper position, then step, then swing with your slice. Where players go wrong is that they swing and then they step. They go like this, or they don't step at all. You need to, in order to get the ball to penetrate through the court, you have to step into it. You have to get your legs into it. So what you want to do is, again, step number one is you want to turn with your body sideways. Then you're going to move to the ball. Then you're going to stop on your outside leg, and then you're going to step forward. Notice what I'm not doing, and this is where players go wrong, is that they just step forward across their body. Notice, instead of just going one as a step, I'm going one as my back leg and then two as my front leg. What's going to happen is I'm going to turn, I'm going to move to the ball. Now, once I'm done moving to the ball, I'm going to put my back leg out. That's going to stop me from going this way. Then once I'm done and I'm stopped going this way, then I'm going to step forward and hit. If you really want to get power, it doesn't come from your acceleration. You're keeping a locked, firm wrist. You're not holding a super loose paddle. You're not gripping as a death grip, as scale 1 to 10, 10 being that you're dropping the paddle, 10 being that you're gripping it as hard as possible. You want to be around a 7 or an 8. You want to be a firm grip. So it clearly has nothing to do with your arm. What's going to happen is by you loading in your back leg and then exploding forward in your front leg, that is how you're going to get power. So just work on right now, before you're even moving, loading on the back leg and then pushing off on the front leg. Again, all your weight's going, you're turning your body sideways, you're loading all your weights on your back heel, and then you're going to step forward to the toe. Another great way to think of this is heel to toe, let it go. Notice I'm going on my heel, all the weight's on my heel, then I'm stepping forward with my toe, and then I'm letting it go. Notice when I step, I'm not taking a baby step. I'm taking a big step to the point that if I stepped and the camera was in front of me, you could see the bottom of my shoe sole. So you want to load on your back heel, and then again, when you step forward, watch, you can see the bottom of my shoe sole when I hit. I'm almost kind of doing a lunge. The more you can have distance, the more you can get into your legs, the better it's going to be. The worst thing that you can do, again, is just take a little step and then go. So again, think heel to toe, then let it go. A great progression to do is get yourself some cones so you can eyeball it, have 2 dots, cones, whatever, and all you're going to do is start on that back leg, then step forward and hit. Start on the back leg, then step forward and hit. Then after you do that, you're going to do a little bit of movement. Think, you're turning, you're going. Now once you're done, you're planting your foot down. So you're going to start in the middle, you're going to turn, plant your foot down. Now heel to toe. All of my power is going from my back leg to the front leg. The more I can get into my legs and the more I can really get low, the lower the ball is going to be and the more it's going to penetrate through the court. So if you want to hit a good slice, just get a little bit lower in your legs. So now I'm going to drop down even more, heel to toe. And now I'm going to add some more movement. Go over heel to toe. I did not step at the proper time. Here we are. Let's go heel to toe. Now, when do you step? You step as soon as the ball bounces. Once again, as soon as the ball bounces, that's when you step. So you're going to load on your heel, the ball's going to bounce, and then you're going to step forward with your toe and swing. One more, go over heel to toe. And there you have it, folks. Now that is how you hit the backhand slice. If you can get your feet in the proper position, if you can adjust your paddle grip, get your body positioned, open your paddle face up a little bit more, swing forward, don't swing down, finish with your paddle in the proper position. Make sure you keep your head down, body down, stay consistent, stay controlled. Make sure you have the proper goal intention. Again, remember, if you use a slice, you're going to keep the ball low. If you hit it on a return, that's going to give a great chance for you or your partner to hit a high 4th shot. You're going to be so much better off. Now, I already filmed this part, but my iPhone overheated. If anyone has an invention or a link in the description for iPhone cooler, I would absolutely love you. Now, I said this before when I ended the video, but now I'll say it again for take number 2, because take number 1 is just gone. Before I dive heat exhaustion, because I forgot to bring my water bottle, I'm going to end this video for a second time. I hope it's still recording. Please still record, because I can't do it again. Guys, the best way to support this channel isn't to like, subscribe, tip. I mean, if you guys want to tip, you can tip, but the best way is to share with your pickleball community. If you guys are enjoying this, if you guys want to introduce Universal Rackets to your community, if you want to have us come into your community, if corporate event, special event, fundraising event, tournament, clinics, anything that you name it, we're in Illinois, Texas, New Jersey, PA, and Florida. We're in 5 states right now. We're looking to continually expand. Make sure to share this community. Best way to grow my business and Universal Rackets as a whole is to give free value to the community through positive, upbeat pickleball and also tennis instruction. Have a good one. Do not share this to your opponents. If you share this to opponents, they're going to have amazing, wicky, nasty slices. I usually go really fast and keep on rambling, but click all the links in the descriptions because I want to make sure that this video is still recording. Please still record. Have a good one. Happy hitting, and we will see you guys next time on court. Make sure to bring your water bottles before you record pickleball.